Hey everybody, it's Dr. Avril here with a good word for you today. So this week we have been reflecting on the virtue of contentment, satisfaction, um, knowing that things are good. That's what it means to be content, that things are good in your life. And today I had like I guess somewhat of an epiphany that life is good, that everything is good. And, I've shared with you some loss that I've had. I've shared with you, that my husband and I are separated and, in fact, have decided that we will get a divorce. So that's loss. And my beautiful, beautiful dog, Cookie, um, crossed the Rainbow Bridge um, early Saturday morning. And I tell you, I'm still struggling with that a lot. I wake up every morning and I get out of the bed still looking to make sure that she's not there, that I would step on her. And this morning when I was, getting ready for work, I looked at the top of the stairs as if she would be there for me to walk her out. And, when things like this happen in your life, you question. And so this week has been really, really hard for me. Like I've been dragging, I've been tired and having little pains, headache every morning. And this morning it was pouring raining. And I thought, man, I hate having to do carpool in the rain, because you got to open doors in the rain. But I got in the car and it's like, when it rains, we have to let the kids in early. We have to, make adjustments. And we lots of different things are impacted by weather. And as I was driving to work, my phone just kept pinging, and with every ping, there was a text: I'm running late, I'm running late, I'm running late. And so, five different people who participate in Arrival, stationed at different parts of Arrival, texted me to say that they were going to be late. I took a deep breath. Okay, all right. And I got to work and I went to my office and I took off my shoes and I put on my rain boots and I put on my rain poncho and I grabbed my umbrella. But before I left, I said, I'm gonna take a selfie. I'm gonna take a selfie and I'm gonna post about morning duty this morning. And I did. But when I took that selfie and I looked at my smile, I don't know, and I go back, someone told me when you're feeling down, go look at yourself in the mirror. And I guess that picture was like me looking at myself in the mirror. And I said, you know what? You got this. And I don't know, it just instantaneously changed everything. And in that moment, I said, life is good. Contentment, life is good. And went outside, and one of the people who had texted that she was going to be late, she was already there. But many people were late, and the two of us had to work carpool, but we did it. It moved a little slower than normal, but it did. And then, as people trickled in, more people were there to do what needed to be done. And, I monitored the second grade door as I always did. And I peeked at the fifth grade door and everything was working well. And, I just, I reveled in the beauty of my job, this blessing that I get to be the first face that many of my kids see in the morning. I get to greet them when they get out the car. I get to say something to the parents. I get to say something to the kids. I get to greet so many teachers and give them an enthusiastic good morning and a smile. You know, Sometimes that's all it takes to turn things around for people. And I was so grateful for that. I was really grateful. I was like, you know what, Avril, you do great work. Like this work that you engage in is great work, bringing people a little slice of joy. One of my coworkers said to me, yes, I was out Tuesday because I wasn't feeling well. I was, like I said, I was in a lot of pain. And she said, where were you yesterday? I missed my sunshine. And I was feeling a little down. And I said something in response to her. She said, well, you're not everybody's sunshine. And man, I tell you, that made all the difference in the world to me when she said that. I love when people can catch me in my self pity and just turn it around for me. It's like, well, you're not everybody's sunshine, but you my sunshine. And I was like, I smiled and I laughed and I was thankful for that. And I was able to kind of pull into that on. I mean, yesterday, Friday, Thursday, it was just that realization that everything is great in my world, you know, despite the loss, despite the change, despite the challenges, despite the rain this morning, despite the cold, despite anything that we might perceive as wrong, everything is right in my world. And really, guys, you just got to take the time to realize that, to embrace all the things that are going well, um, to choose to love what you have, you know. And that carried me through the day. I had a lot of meetings. I had a lot of things I needed to accomplish. I had deadlines to meet, and of course, lots of things that pulled on my time. But the way I began my day carried me through the day. And when the day ended, and I realized that I was going to be able to get to do at the end of the day what I get to do at the beginning of the day. At the beginning of the day, I get to say good morning to my students. And at the end of the day, I stand at the front door and I get to tell my kinder students and my first grade students goodbye and have a good evening. And I just, it's an event to come out that door and Dr. El-Amin tells you goodbye. And I call them kinder benders and fantastic first graders. And the smiles on their faces, you can't beat that right there. You can't beat that right there. And so I'm going to tell you to take the time to acknowledge that life is good, that no matter what, life is good. And this is how I ended. After all my first graders and kinders get out the door, I leave the door and then I go down to my second graders and I go down to fourth graders up in the corner side. And I go down to my fourth graders and my fifth graders and I talk to teachers and I talk to students. And then as the crowd thins, then I make my way back down to the front door and up to my office. And then of course, someone may be waiting there to talk to me or whatever. And then we end our day. But today, one of the parents had come to pick up his child and he brought his dog. And of course, we had to talk to him about not bringing the dog out when the kids are there. But it was this 2-month-old Rottweiler puppy. And man, when I tell you, that brought me so much joy. I held that puppy in my arms and played with that puppy. And that puppy responded so well to me. And I thought about my cookie. I thought about the joy that cookies brought to my life. And so I don't know. I just people ask me sometimes, how are you able to quote unquote choose joy when so much is going on in the world? And I'm like, how can you not? I can either let the weight of the world and the weight of whatever's going on in my life knock me down and keep me down, or I can choose to find the things in life that I should embrace and be happy about. And I think that that's a better choice. And so I'm really thankful for having reflected on contentment because I was able to find that contentment today. And so I hope that you guys were able to find contentment. And if not, keep looking for it. As I like to say, you will find what you look for. Whatever it is you look for, that's what you're going to see. So if you want to find joy, look for joy. If you want to find contentment, look for contentment. If you want to find love, look for love. If you want to find acceptance, look for acceptance. Because whatever you look for is what you're going to find. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed today's email. There's a beautiful song in it, When We First Began by PJ Morton, my favorite new pianist from New Orleans, my hometown. I love the whole piano album. Shout out to Rod Whitley because you shared that with me. And if I don't listen to that song once a day, I don't listen to anything. That one, or How Deep Is Your Love, or Say So, or Go Through My Phone, or I love so many songs on that. I probably could list them all. So definitely check out the song of the day. There's also a list of 8 ways to be happier. And the one I think I'm connecting to the most is do something bigger than yourself. I always felt like being a teacher is being a part of something bigger than yourself. If you want to find contentment, you want to find joy, if you want to love what you do, then do something that's bigger than you. That's why I'm an educator, because it's something bigger than me, and I feel like serving the needs of children and teachers is there's nothing better for me anyway. And our virtue is there with a reflection on that. Our happiness calendar is there. It says if you're tired, give yourself a break. And I have been tired this week. I'm looking forward to the weekend. But today I had a surge of energy that followed that realization that life is good. So the sleepiness and the tiredness rolled off of me with that realization. And so I wish the same for you. I wish the same for you. Be kind to yourself and others. Enjoy your Friday. Make it fantastic. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys again next week. Take care.